My name is Steve Layton, and I travel the world finding amazing and delicious coffee for you to drink at home. Some make coffee difficult to understand and complicated, but here it's my job to make it easy and fun and tell you what's in my mug.
Hello everyone and welcome to In My Mug episode 415 and welcome. Good to see you again. We should get on with some news. I forgot the news bell last week. I was like, news, what do I do? Because it's so long since I've been here. But news, yes, El Salvador La Illusion is back on the site. It's one of my top 3 ever coffees, I think. It's really right up there. It is absolutely amazing this year. You are going to love it. You should definitely buy some. Will be in my mug in the future. But we've got some other coffees from there. So from Los Brumas, we've got an amazing SL28 lot that won't be in my mug because there's not a lot of it. We've also got Alaska. So many great coffees coming through. Very, very excited about the El Salvador container, and you should be too. We have some Malawi that's arriving very shortly, and I think you're going to like that very much too. Good to get something new from Africa. And we're also waiting on Rwanda's to come through as well. So exciting times ahead. But anyway, we should get into this week's coffee. So this week's coffee comes from Kenya. For all of you people that say we don't do enough Africans, there's an African for you. It comes from the Kieni cooperative, which is based in Nyeri. Nyeri is just north of the Aberdare mountain range in Kenya. In fact, why am I telling you this? Why don't we go and look at one of the best ever map bits? The map bit. Up we go and down to Africa. It's not catchy, is it? The continent of Africa. And let's zoom down into the details. So here we've got the areas that we're dealing with. Here's a little fact. Hydroelectricity is the largest contributor to the Kenya electric supply. Isn't that green and lean and keen of them? God bless your hydroelectricity. But we're going down here to Nyeri, and you can see Athaya to the left and Kieni here to the right. There's the drying tables, a perfect view of the factory. Absolutely beautiful. You can see so much detail there. To the left of the tag is the warehousing. Here's me at the factory. Looking rather happy with myself, aren't I? Here's the world's tallest chairman. He's a very big man. His handshake is very powerful. And here we are with the mill manager. I see we're having rather a fun time there, but here's the tables and the drying tables and everything. Fantastic place to visit. I'm really looking forward to going back in just a few weeks time. But yeah, so that building to the left at the top of the tables, that is the big warehouse where they store everything. Everything's marked so keenly and with so much detail. And then all around here, all of these hills are smallholders with little plots of land that are growing coffee and bringing it to the washing station. So the highest point is 5,199 metres of Mount Kenya that you can see in the background there, and the lowest point is the Indian Ocean, which of course is sea level. So a really beautifully clear map bit, and those are the reasons that I do the map bit. So Kieni is the mill is around about 1,700 metres above sea level. Most of the farms are around about 1,700 up to around about 2,000, 2,100 metres above sea level. It has around about 900 members, and 900 members who manage the farm and do all the things with that. Contribute to the mill. The mill chairman is Charles. You'll have seen in the map bit he's a giant of a man. He's a very, very big man. Very, very nice people. Other people who buy from Kieni are like Coffee Collective, who are very, very good roasters in Copenhagen in Denmark. And there are a number of other really cool roasters because they produce a lot of coffee. I'm very, very happy to be sharing with the cool people. It's a delicious coffee. We should go and do the fat file while I'm thinking about what else to say. So here we are, the continent of Africa. We like doing Africa, don't we? We haven't done Africa very much. And we're interested in Kenya, which is the east of Africa. And here we go. So 170,000 hectares devoted to coffee. Very big coffee producer. And 21st biggest producer, but one of the most important, I think, in specialty. Total coffee production is around about 850,000 bags, which is around about 51,000 metric tons. And common varietals, well, you've got SL28, you've got SL34, and you've got some of the Batu and stuff like that. Coffee is grown to 1,400 and 2,000 metres above sea level. And we've worked with 15 farms, although we've kind of nailed that down a little bit recently. We're working with slightly less now, but I'm trying to focus on certain producers. So Kieni is from Nyeri, 202 acres, farmers 905, 1,700 metres above sea level. This one is the AA, and it is a fully washed, underwater washed coffee. So we should get into the coffee. So the biggest question we get asked is, what is the difference between AA and AB? You may remember just a few weeks ago you had the AA. The AB is basically the screen size of the bean. So a screen size is the size, so coffee gets sorted through screen. Let me go on the espresso before it gets cold. Oi. No poker face there, is there? And screen 17 is the biggest screen, which are the larger beans. Everything below 17 goes into this one. Now, some people think that that's a poorer quality. I disagree. I think every time you cup them, there's something different. So if you cup the AA of this coffee, it's very kind of tropical fruit, very kind of like peach, apricot, all that kind of thing. This is completely different. This is orange juice. That's why I just pulled a funny face, because the acidity is just off the scale high. Like super, super high. Too much for me. Like way, way too much. But let's try it in milk. So, have you ever put orange juice into a milk? No, there's a reason you've not done that. Again, the acidity is just completely out of balance for me. It's just way, way too much. And just way too bright. Again, another Kenyan espresso that doesn't agree with me. They just don't agree with me at all. The washed Kenyans anyway, for sure. But in here, what I'm getting in here, it is like, it's rose water, it's floral, it's, the orange juice is there again, but it's just, in a brewed coffee, it's far more palatable. It's far less intense, it's far less of a bomb of flavour. It's absolutely delicious when it's like that. Okay, before we wrap up, we should go do Roland's Daft Fact of the Week. The country of Kenya is around about the same size as the state of Texas. I wonder if there's oil in Kenya, as well as lions and tigers. Oh, I've got to take that man to Kenya with me in a couple of weeks' time. He's going to ruin Kenya for me. Roland really shouldn't be allowed out in the public. Oh well. Take Simon as well from 3FE. Okay, we're done. Time to wrap up. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure as always. And do remember, life is definitely too short.